Hey, yo, what up, what up, what up? What up, fans of the fucking sport? What up? This is Lamech with selahsportstv back at you with another one. Really should have came with this video yesterday, but hey, man, I was busy. But James Harden, elephant in the room. James Harden is traded to the LA Clippers, who I really do like as a team. I've been following that team ever since Kawhi Leonard went there, right? I like the way Kawhi Leonard plays the game. You know, I think he brings a lot of intangibles. Not so much, hasn't been the case so much with the Clippers. He's been a little injury prone, right? But as a player, like, it's hard not to vouch for a guy like Kawhi Leonard, right? Very hard-nosed, old school player, right? He would have fit right in the 90s. But anyway, the Clippers, for whatever reason, decided to dump the whole bench, dump so many draft picks. I don't really know all the details, but I think it comes up to like 3 first-rounders, some shit like that. Like 3 first-round picks and other people's picks that they got. And they're doing all, they got rid of Nicholas Batum, and they got rid of, who's the fucking guy? He was at Philly already. He was at Philly, I can't think of the name, but it'll come to me. But they dumped a lot of their depth. And they dumped a lot of their depth, not to get a need, not to get a power forward, you know? Oh, they dumped Marcus Morris, right? One of the twins. So they got rid of a lot of their size, right? For James Harden. Like, I don't understand that. Another guy who absolutely must have the ball in his hands. And here's I'm gonna say this. James Harden, at this point, I would love to see him just be a spot up shooter, man. Be a spot up shooter who can make a play every now and then. Like, all that putting the ball in his hands shit, we know what that looks like. You cannot depend on that guy in the playoffs. So why even set yourself up for that? I don't think they should do it. I think it's a bad move, right? I thought it was a bad move just getting him. Like, the guy has been kind of a malcontent everywhere. Every team he's been on, he's been a malcontent. You know, everywhere he's been, he's constructed some reason why he had to leave town, right? It's weird, very weird. We get a guy like Dame Lillard, right? Who never. Now, granted, I don't like Dame Lillard's game at all. I'm not a fan of Dame Lillard's game. Like, I don't like logo threes and shit like that. That don't do it for me. I don't like hero ball. You know, I just like basketball. I like the real shit. I like the shit that I grew up watching. You know, guys making plays, guys being clutch. Which Dame, I can't take that away. He is pretty clutch. But this ain't about that. The fact of the matter is, however I feel about Dame Lillard, he played his career at one place. You know, he never really found a reason to go from team to team. He wasn't really ring chasing like that, you know. Even now, I wouldn't call this ring chasing. Him just going to Milwaukee, it's not a lock that they win. You know, is it a better situation for him? You know, to win a championship? Absolutely. But I bring up Dame Lillard because he made it known where he wanted to go, right? This is how you know it's a different standard for different. I don't know what type of backroom deals James Harden is out here making. Backdoor deals James Harden out here making. I don't know what type of deals he out here making, right? But he got some kind of pull. because Dame Lillard made it clear where he wanted to go, and he was really adamant about it. He was really, really adamant about it, and he got sent to Milwaukee. Like, people got to understand, it's not just about, these aren't just basketball decisions, right? These are not just basketball, like, you asking a guy, like, they got to move and live in these cities. You know, like, it's one thing to want to go to Miami, go to a different team and compete for a championship there. It's a whole nother thing to go to Milwaukee. That was dirty, bro. That was dirty. And all just to turn around and give James Harden whatever he wants to do, they let him do it. I mean, he went to Brooklyn and bitched his way off of that team. No, now I want to go to Philly. Now I want to go to this place. Now I want to go to that place. Like, who the fuck is James Harden? Like, who is this guy really, man? What is this? So now he's on the Clippers. I'm tired of teams that I like basically selling out for players that I really don't like. I've made this point before. I was a big Lakers fan, right? Huge Lakers fan, going back to Magic and Kareem, Worthy, Byron Scott, all them dudes, right? All them dudes, those killers, right? Big fan of those guys, but I can't be a fan of them now. With this cocksucker on the team, he's not a Laker. LeBron James, he don't even look right. He has no business being on the Lakers. It's like, what the fuck? He had to go to my team and fuck it up. And he did. He did that. I don't care. Don't tell me about no bubble championship. Don't tell me about that shit. I know AD gets a lot of flack, and personally, I say the jury's out on AD. Honestly, I like AD. That bubble they wouldn't have got that bubble championship without AD and Rondo. Right? They wouldn't have got that shit without those guys. AD really should have been that finals MVP. But yeah, I can't rock. Like, when certain players go to certain teams, it brings down the team. Right? So now Harden's going to go there with all his pouty fucking bullshit, and he's going to expect to get the ball and make all the fucking decisions. And everybody got to play off of him, and he don't deserve it. You got a guy on that team with 3 fucking rings. You know what I mean? You got a guy on that team with 3 rings. Why would they defer to him? Personally, I think Harden should be coming off the bench. He should absolutely be coming off the bench. You got Westbrook on the team. He's playing great. Yesterday, he did have 3 turnovers. That's the most he's had all season. Westbrook has turned the corner on the turn. That was his only real thing that people could aim at. Skip and Shannon, all them guys. That's really the only thing they could aim at was his turnovers. But now you see LeBron having 5, 8 turnovers a game, and Westbrook basically playing responsible basketball, right? So now you want to, I pretty much know they're going to take Russell Westbrook and put him on the fucking bench, which is ridiculous. Between the two of those guys, Harden is the one who's been a 6th man before, and he played really, really well in that role. He should be the 6th man. That way you can come in with Harden instant offense. Right? He can shoot the ball, he can get to the rack, he can get to the line. Westbrook, if you bring him off the bench, you don't know if he's going to have his shot. You don't know. He's not instant offense at this stage in his career. He's not. Though I do like Russell Westbrook. I do. I like Russell Westbrook. Getting Harden on that team, to me, takes the ball out of the hands that it needs to be in. You know, that's not what they needed. They didn't need that. You didn't need another guard, a ball handling guard. You didn't need that. Unless you're gonna make another move. Unless you're gonna move Paul George or Kawhi, which I don't know why you would do that. But unless you're going to do that, like, the move really makes no sense. Maybe that's what they're setting up for. Covington is the name I was thinking about. Covington went back to Philly as part of that deal. But I just think it'd be a really, really bad move. It'd be a really bad move. Like, for all Kawhi and Paul. Now, I give it to you. Like, those guys, they can't get hurt again. Like, if they get hurt again, like, on a long-term basis, it's going to be really bad for their careers. That might be it for their careers, right? Westbrook, you got him on the cheap. You got him on the low, which is fucked up. You know, then Skip and Shannon Sharp basically single-handedly lowered that guy's value by talking about him every single day. Every day. And now they're going to do the same thing to AD. Why? Because those are the prizes you get when you play next to LeBron James. When you play next to LeBron James and you win, yeah, your stock rises. You saw AD get that contract, right? When you play next to LeBron and you don't win, it's your fault. So your stock goes down because it can't be his fault. It can't be the face of the fucking league's fault, right? The guy that takes all the credit for victories, a loss can't be his fault. 8 turnovers, 10 turnovers, 2 for 6 from the line, 2 for 8 from the line. Doesn't matter what he does, it's not his fault. You understand? But yeah, this is why the league, that professional basketball league, it's on the decline. It's on a pretty steep decline. Adam Silver, wrong guy for the job. Wrong guy for the fucking job. Like, he's a pushover, for the most part. A pushover, right? It gets tougher on certain players, you know. Tougher on certain players, Kyrie and, you know, certain players that don't follow the script, so to speak, right? But the fuckery, he allows this fuckery. You think David Stern would allow this bullshit? You think David Stern would allow a guy like James Harden to just pick and choose where he wants to play every season, every 2 seasons? It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Nah, it's like we're getting reports that he got upset because he wasn't an all-star last year. So, man, as a guy who supports the Clippers, I'm worried. Because it's like, what do you think, you're going to be an all-star in the West on that team? That means he's going to be playing dumb as fuck. He's going to be in the way. He's going to be in the way. Right? But hey, man, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I know one thing. Kawhi Leonard's not a power forward. Kawhi Leonard's like 6'7". I mean, he's sturdy at his position, which is small forward. He's not a power forward. Maybe they can get away with that, but I just don't understand the need. Why you would even want to do that? Why would you even want to do that? Is Kawhi gonna get you 10 rebounds, 8 to 10 rebounds a game? Because that's what they're gonna need. You got a bunch of guards. You got all guards, 1 forward, and Zubac. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. I cannot wait. I'm really looking forward to LeBron James, and I would say by extension, Steph Curry too. I'm ready for both of those teams, both those players to kind of ride off into the fucking sunset so that we can get back to position basketball. Fuck this positionless basketball bullshit. Let's get back to guys playing their position. Right? Positionless basketball is stuff that they create when you got guys who aren't complete at their position. Yeah, I said it. Steph Curry fantastic player. I rank him higher than LeBron on my list, right? But great player, great shooter, solid on defense, good passer, got handles. Steph Curry is the real deal, but he's not a complete point guard. He's not a complete point guard. He's not good at running an offense. He's good at running you around those screens and lighting your ass up. Once they get into the half court, Draymond Green becomes the playmaker. Okay? That's why they created that positionless basketball bullshit. But I like when guys can play their fucking position on both ends of the court, right? Now, I get it. When you got guys like a guy like Magic Johnson, 6'9", 240, you're not expecting him to chase around and try to keep up with 6'1" point guards, right? You're not going to see Magic Johnson guarding Isaiah Thomas. And we get that. No, they would put Byron Scott on Isaiah Thomas, which was still tough for him. You know, it's still tough. Well, I mean, let's face it, Isaiah was a tough cover for anybody. But you get what I'm saying. Like, it's not fair to expect Ben Simmons to guard Trae Young, even though he did it and shut his little ass down. But Ben Simmons he's a very good defensive player. Very good defensive player, right? We know he's got a whole another list of challenges. But I'm digressing, right? And that's all I got. If you like the video, bang off and like button.